Good morning, I'm Chris Fox, and today we're going to be talking about finding your target audience. This video is the follow-up to the How to Train Amazon to Sell Your Book video. And as discussed in that video, you need to find your target audience. How many sales you have for your book is not nearly as important as who you sell those books to. So finding your audience is probably the most important skill you will ever learn as an author. And that search begins with looking for your otaku. So otaku, hopefully Mary has added that to the corner of the screen where I am now looking. Otaku is a Japanese word, and it's one that I became intimately familiar with in the early 1990s. Because I was an otaku. It's a young person who is obsessed with a particular bit of culture to the detriment of their own social skills. So in other words, they're super geeks. Or super fans, if you will. These people are so into whatever they are into that it consumes their lives. And often, these people are also maidens or influencers. They are big in their communities, and other people listen to what they have to say, especially in the YouTube age. These are the type of people who will do Let's Play videos, where they'll play a video game, record it, release it, and millions of people who also like that will watch. And these are kind of the people that you're looking for. So regardless of what genre you're in, you need to figure out the characteristics of your otaku. In my case, my target audience, all of my otaku, if I say the word brown coat, will know exactly what I'm talking about. You either knew what that word was when I said it, or you didn't. If you're a fan of the TV show Firefly, which came out 15 years ago, then you're probably an otaku of science fiction, and that's exactly who I'm aimed at. It doesn't really matter what genre you write in, there's going to be a niche audience for it. There's going to be people who every single day what they do on their commute to work or while they're waiting to go to work in the morning or on their lunch hour are going to spend their time devouring books in it. And that can be mysteries, westerns, science fiction, whatever their drug of choice is. These people are obsessive, and they still read 7 to 10 books a week. That's exactly who you want. I want you to imagine, what if you had 100 of these people? So all your mailing list consisted of 100 people who all they do with their free time is read your genre. And you sell to those 100 people, and then Amazon's algorithms begin kicking in, so they look for other people who are just like those 100 voracious readers. What would that do for the success of your book? They sell it to another 100 otaku, and then another 100 otaku, and then another 100 otaku, and before you know it, you're selling thousands of books. That is exactly what I managed to achieve with Destroyer, and it's kind of the success I think we're all after. It begins with knowing who your otaku is. Where do they hang out? What current TV shows are they into? What are the books that they're reading not a year ago, not 5 years ago, but right now? So if you go to Amazon's list in your genres and you look, what are they reading? What are they loving? Once you have some of that data, it becomes a lot easier to figure out where those people are hanging out. And that's going to kind of segue into the second segment of this video. Finding your target community. So what you really need to do is track down these otaku where they live. And if they're an otaku, while they're at work, they don't want to be working. They want to be talking about whatever their obsession is. In my case, that's people talking about science fiction. And so they're going to go to Facebook groups or Twitter hashtags or internet forums, and they're going to talk about their hobby. They're going to spend time on Goodreads. You as an author need to start learning where those communities are. So your homework assignment for this coming week is going to be to identify 5 of those communities. 5 places where your potential otaku would hang out. And I'm going to give you a rule before you do this. Do not engage. I don't want you to go to these forums and start posting. I don't want you to say, hey, buy my book, because that will backfire. No one wants more spam, and that's exactly what that is. Exactly what that is. You going in there and saying, buy my book, is nothing but spam, and it's going to get you treated appropriately. People are going to be angry. Your goal at first is just to make sure that you're finding a community that you could be a part of. And if you're writing about this, I mean, if you took the time to write a science fiction novel or whatever your genre is, I hope you like that genre enough that you could enjoy hanging out in a community where people talk about it all the time. If that's the case, and it should be, then you should start engaging with these communities that you find. If you're looking for 5, I'd pick one. Pick one of those 5 communities that you think would be the most fun for you to interact with, and start interacting. Read the threads, comment, mention nothing about your book, because your goal is to become a part of that community. And if you do that, eventually the chance to talk about your book will come organically. And when it does, that community will support you because they know who you are. They know you're not there just to sell books. What they're going to see after a month or however long you've been there posting and contributing is, oh, Chris has books too. I totally want to support him. They're about stuff that we love. So they're going to go out and buy them. Even if that was not the case, one of the huge takeaways from being in these communities is you'll start to study your target audience. You'll see what they're into. You'll learn where the trends are going. You will watch the otaku because those are the people that are posting on these boards or in these Facebook groups. So next week's video, we're going to start talking about how to capture the information you're getting, how to build your mailing list. This week, though, I want you to focus just on identifying your target audience. So again, get out there, find 5 communities where your target otaku is hanging out, learn who those people are and kind of what their habits are so that you can start in your own head building a profile for who your target reader is. And that is going to serve you well both in the videos to come and for the rest of your career.